Yeah, this is one last time. We are done with the attack with the small army, but just to remember here, what was White's first brilliant move here? It was a draw, objectively speaking, but yeah, they went for a win and they were rewarded. In some variations, Black would even queen the pawn, right? They would even queen the b pawn, but White would win anyway. Aha. Yeah, great work. A lot of people remember. Skilled Saber, Andrew, Inari, Kind King, GM, Gordon, chess player, Michael Lee, Daniel Best, and so on. Yeah, great work. That's right. Rook H7, clever move. We're playing for mate. We have a, yeah, small army. Somebody said it was not the right word, like a medium army, something like that. We have enough pieces to attack Black's king. And that's how Jobava managed to win this game. Yeah, yeah. The main variation here, it was something like if Black went f5, they would be able to queen, but White would still have an attack. Honestly, I don't remember it so much anymore. Is it something like this maybe? Well, just to have an idea, what would you play at this point? Anyone? Which move do you like for White? 95 says GM. Yeah. Okay. New user, good crowd, chess. All right. Rook Jade says Kind King Sam. Sarthak says knight e5 also. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I'm attracted to bishop d6, but I don't know if that's the right choice. But knight e5 also looks interesting. Yeah. Yeah, we looked at this last time. Honestly, I don't remember all the details, but that's what. Yeah, yeah, I also forgot a little. But I think, oh, knight e5, queen e4 wins, says Tactical Magician. Wins for black, I suppose, after king h2 and rook c1. I think black is the one going for mate here, perhaps. That's probably what Tactical Magician wants to say. But is it winning? Interesting. Maybe I could give checks, but yeah, interesting. You're probably right. You're probably right, Tactical Magician. So I think maybe it's more to the point to play some of the other moves. Yeah, nice to see you. Good crowd, chess. I'll mute you in any case, but it's not being impolite or anything. It's just everybody else is also muted here. So nice. This was from last time, then our last final session about the attack with a small army rook h7, bishop d3 maybe. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's time to turn the page. We had 4 sessions about this very interesting topic. But now I would like to go back to middle game strategy, and I would like to talk about something which I call a space disadvantage. Exactly, Sarthak. You have read Greg's Excel sheet. Space disadvantage. What are we saying with that? Well, in this position, for example, you would say that yeah, space is more or less the same, right? Both sides have pawns more or less like that. This pawn gains some space, and that pawn also gains some space. But okay, this is already a complex endgame, no? But in middle game, in general, the further up on the board your pawns, the more space you have, right? Computers, they love to have a lot of space. You can see it. The computer likes to have a pawn on e5. You have the famous h4, h5 move, and so on. Everything connected to gaining space. However, there are situations when it can be a disadvantage to have a lot of space. And that's what I would like to focus on in this and perhaps the next session. So let's have a look. I will add my first example here. Space advantage, yeah, that's the typical thing to say. But here we're talking about space disadvantage, all right? So in this game, which was played recently in a tournament in the US, I will quiz you. I don't think it's very difficult. I don't think it's very difficult. It will be like a warm up for you. I think I will quiz you for the next 3 or 4 moves. Let's see. We'll see. But take your time, guys. Take your time. So I think I will ask you for 5 moves. Yeah, and I'll give you 1 minute 30. I think that's fair. So take your time. Don't send me any moves. Nobody sends me a move right now. Please think about it. Hint, if you play black's cards in the right way, all of your pieces will be active. I mean, except for the king. But all the other pieces will be very active. So think about it, how to activate all your pieces here. How did the Grandmaster activate all his pieces in this case? All right. So far, I don't have any promising answer. Yeah, if you play rook b8, I will probably move my king anyway, right? I was going to do that anyway. I think I would play king. Yeah, what would I play? King c2 or king c1? King c2, looking at the color of the bishop. Yeah, king c2 probably. All right, let's see who is getting closest here. Okay, Gordon, you're extremely close. Yeah, consider yourself a winner, Gordon Xu. You got it up to move 4. That's very promising, but even more promising, Michael Lee. Michael got the whole variation. Fantastic, Michael. I would, if I didn't say your handle, I would think it was Alexei Sorokin, the Grandmaster, who was joining us here tonight. So nice, great work. Somebody else getting close. Inari, you also got up to move 4. That's great work. Andrew, you got to move 5. Yeah, consider yourself a winner, Andrew. I don't think that check spoils anything. So great work. And we have a second winner also, Ananya Ananth. You also found the whole sequence. Yeah, that happens when you take some more time, right? When we take some time to think over again the right move, or we can actually come up with the right choice, while other people send their move in 5 seconds, which is not. Yeah, no, you're not bad, Starthak. You're just a little impatient. So take your time next time. All right, let's look at what Michael Lee has to say about this. So please go ahead, Michael. What will you play with black here? Queen g4, of course. This is a very nice move. I would like you to notice what is this about. White has gained a lot of space. I mean, if we talk about space specifically, you could say that thanks to these pawns, white has more space on the board, right? Black is basically sitting with almost all their pieces on this side. However, since white has more space, they also have more space to control that they need to maintain. And right now, they don't have sufficient control of the g4 square. So that's exactly why Michael and also Grandmaster Sorokin hurry to play here Queen g4. Nasty move, because now you can see Queen g2 is coming. Of course, there were other moves. You sent me other moves here. Rook b8. There was a big group of students who wanted to play Rook b8. I won't say this is a bad move. Like I was discussing, maybe I could play King c2 there. I think my king was not well placed anyway. Queen c5 was also proposed. Yeah, that's another interesting move. I would say the queen was nicer off on this side though, but all right. May I play the same way, perhaps? Maybe I should play king c2 anyway to avoid any checks like that. Knight c6 is on my wish list, no? That's a move I would like to play with white, if possible. Like if black plays rook c8, I would hope I could play knight c6. I haven't calculated this, guys, and no engine on, of course, in our session. So I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it looks nice for white. No? Rook takes d5. Yeah, I guess I'll take on d5 then. I'm happy to go for the endgame if my king is weak, right? So, instead of I understand. Rook takes d5 here. Oh, sorry, did I blunder that move? Oh, that's terrible. You're right, Michael. Yeah, I didn't see that move. I mean, now I'm dead lost, right? So that was not a good idea. Tactics alert. Time to drink some more coffee. So let's see. Queen c5, nasty move, improving the queen. Don't go to the c file with the king. May I play maybe knight c6 straight away? Is that also blundering something? I mean, you have a check here, but I reckon I can go that way, no? Queen f2, says Michael. All right. Please continue, Michael. What happens then? Rook b3 is what I have thought about. Rook e1. All right. I don't think about that move. And it's time to... Yeah. I must say I kind of like this for white. Let's see. King c2 or queen d1? Anyone. What would you say? Yeah, of course, you're going to take the pawn. Queen d1 maybe, no? Queen d1 better. Oh, when did you want to take the pawn? Before? Or I don't follow. No, you have to do it here, right? You trade my rook, then you go and take the pawn. All right, so you have picked up one pawn and you're going to get another one also. Yeah, this is not satisfactory with white. Yeah, I can't defend this well. Wow. So what to do here? What else could I play? King d1, but that has a... Yeah, you take the pawn on b2 then, right? So yeah, c4 is also hanging. A lot of things hanging. Knight c6 didn't work, right? We need to play a little better here. What else could we play? So king c2 fails to rook takes d5. Rook b3, says Andrew. Yeah, I like that move also. I was thinking about it. We The rook was not doing too much anyway. Is that the best move? Maybe they can go bishop a5, or that doesn't matter. Bishop a5, king d1. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not liking the looks of that. Rook e8 is coming also. Um, let's have one more look. Yeah, exactly. Rook a2. That's very passive, Sarthak. We would love to avoid that. I get the feeling that maybe we're missing something, but I can't tell exactly what. Queen c5. Yeah, actually, the more I look at this move, the more I like it. Which was the line we looked at? Knight c6 and queen f2, and then go here, right? So if I go king d1, I guess you take on. Well, I will ask Michael. Yeah, Michael, your move. What's going on here? You take. Okay, I'll take here also then. You can't do that. I need to drink more coffee, but I can't say that your queen is hanging, right? So let's go back. Maybe king d1 there, right? Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe this is fine for black. Rook e8, going back with the rook. What does that mean? Your only threat is this, right? So, anyone, what do you think white should play here? Rook b3. I think the same, Sartek. That's what I would play. But it's still scary for white. No, it's a little scary. Bishop b6. What's the threat? Rook f1. If you don't have any other threat, I'll play rook f1. I'm getting my pieces into the game, right? I think I'm okay here. Okay, you're going back. Now I think I can play king c2. Now you don't have any tricks with rook takes. I'm sorry, Michael. I don't trust your idea anymore. I think I'm better than ever here with white. Rook e3. Okay, we can go for the endgame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you're doing me a big favor here. Oh, sorry. I thought you would just trade queens. Interesting. Queen c3, queen. Yeah, what's going on here, Michael? I'm losing control of this game completely. Yeah, and I'll take on b6. Tell me what I missed. Queen f2. Wow, that's nice tactics. No, you must be high rated in chess.com and so on. That's really smart thinking. So yeah, we should go back. Yeah, well played. I didn't see that whole sequence, but I guess I can improve at this point. Maybe there is some other subtlety that we could think of here. I don't know. Could I attack this pawn, for example, or something? I like the knight on c6. I think it's a great piece. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to play here. I get the feeling that white is doing fine, but of course I should show it. No, I should show it somehow. King c2, rook e3, queen f5. No, then I'm hanging the pawn, right? If I had this move, wow. I feel like we're on the right track here, but Michael's tactics are really scary. So, what to do about this? King c1. Is there any difference, or is there any other priority here? It's a pity I can't play b4. B4 would have been great, right? h5 g6, says Andrew. That looks nice. Yeah, why not? Michael doesn't have so many threats here, right? So why don't we attack a little also? I agree with you. Nice thinking. Yeah. Anyway, we can maybe we can continue. Let me show you something. So rook e3 was the move that Michael proposed, and I of course I didn't see that queen takes e4 was coming. I simply thought that he would take on e3. So this I wanted to show all of you. Just notice the difference here, right? White still has a lot of space. They have a space advantage, but there is no queen around, and that makes a big difference. So something that we will learn today is that the side which has less space, they are very often happy to keep the queens, right? Because as in the initial position, queen g4, it's exploiting the fact that it was not so easy for white to keep control of all their space. And in the same way, you can see now that white's king is already scared, right? White's king is in trouble. But in the variation that we looked at here, I think we reached this position. You can see white's king is an excellent piece. So that's another reason why it's important usually not to trade queens when your opponent has a space advantage, because in that case they can use the king and they can I mean, exploit all the extra space that they have, right? Which they can't do with the queen. So anyway, back to business here. Michael, please go ahead. Show us the variation here. Queen g4, that's our first move. Now queen g2 is a very strong threat. So white in the game played here king c1, running away with the king. It's time to bring in more people to the party. I have a question. After queen c5, would knight c2 be better move for white? Oh, sorry, Krish, I didn't see that comment. Queen c5, knight c2. I don't like it by instinct. No, I like the knight in the center, but okay, there you have answer from Michael. Aha. Well, I guess the point of Chris' move here is that we defend some of the dark squares. Maybe we can go king c1 here. Rook, yeah, logical. No, bring in the pieces. But maybe I'm inclined to think that it's not such a bad idea. Maybe we can bring over the king that way. It's a little passive. No, it's a little passive. Exactly, tactical magician. But it's certainly better than some of my other tries here. Rook e4, and okay, you don't have a threat perhaps, but it's getting scary for white, and you can see that black is using the e file. Yeah, but it's possible to play this. Yeah, a lot of weaknesses for white. Yeah, I don't know. Do we say weaknesses in the traditional meaning, or weaknesses because black has very active pieces? Again, if you remove some of the pieces, you would say that actually white's pawn structure is excellent. The problem is that their pieces are not very well coordinated. So yeah, playable, but a little complex. No, I think after queen c5, I will stick to the move that we looked at, knight c6. Yeah, if I can get away with this, I think I should play it. Yeah, this is what we looked at, right? Or did I? No, I think I messed it up. No, that's not what we played. Yeah, we played like that, king d1. That's what we looked at. And you had to play rook e8, Michael, right? So that was a small victory for me, that the black rook had to go back. And yeah, we can continue to look at this. But maybe we should focus on what happened in the game instead. So back to the game. Queen g4 was played by the grandmaster. The queen invades. It exploits the squares that white cannot defend properly. King c1 was played. Now it's time for the bishop to join the battle. The knight is hanging, so white played knight c6. At this point, the rook is in the air. Rook e3, very good move. We're about to trade off that rook, which is an important defending piece in white's camp. White played at this moment queen f1. And yeah, Michael, you got the whole variation. That's exactly what happened in the game. And the game it ends very soon. The last move is not difficult to see. That's exactly how it went. We had some students who had other choices here. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Great work. For example, Andrew proposed bishop e3, and I can't say if it's a bad move. I don't think it's a bad move, Andrew, by the way. But maybe you have it like in the pocket, and maybe it's the rook which will actually make more harm to white's position. We can say that it's very difficult for white to defend this position. It's difficult. They played rook h2 to bring in the rook this way somehow to defend, but black just continue to invade enemy camp. You can see this is looking really nasty for white. Queen e4, clever move. Now we see that rook e1 is threatened, and perhaps also rook c3 might come up. King d2, rook takes a3. I guess by now rook takes, it's like this Michael's little tactical trick, something like that. So queen f5 was played in the game, and after rook d3, king c2, queen takes e4. White resigned. So this game, let's see, we started at move 24, I think. 25. It took 10 moves for black to win this position, no? Queen g4. However, if you look at the same position, let's bring up the same position. And this is what we already talked about, but I will do it again just in case anyone missed the point. I'm happy to bring it up. If we have exactly the same position, but without the queens on the board. Anyone, what do you think? Who is better in this position? It's black to play, by the way. Who is better here? That's right, white is better. And I'm telling you not because it's my own belief. I'm telling you because Stockfish said so, right? White is like +1 in this position. Why did that happen? Yeah, bishop e6, the best move. I'll play knight c6. And I think Michael still has the mouse here, the move here, rook e1, rook e4, and I could, for example, there is a let's do something here. Yeah, thanks again, Michael. Let's do a little quiz here very quickly. Hold on, please. So Question to all of you: which is the smartest defense with white here? Yeah, but smart defense, right? Smart defense. JM Chess, you read my mind. I hope that's the right answer, JM Chess. Uh, we will see. We'll see. We'll see what the rest. Okay, we have some more answers. The same answer. Chess Art, Awesome Owen, Carlos. You all have the same answer that I had in mind. Aha. But we have other students who propose, for example, Rook HA1, like Yugoslavian Berserker, Gordon, Tactical Magician, Skill Severanian. Okay, these are also good moves. Yeah. Probably there is more than one way to the goal here. But I think that's the smartest way. So please go ahead, the JM Chess. You were the fastest one. How would you continue here? Well, if we look at black's three pieces, which piece would we like to trade off? Rookie one. Nice move. It turns out that if black takes any of these pawns, there is a tactical surprise awaiting them, right? That's right. And we have this move rook e8 coming up. So probably black will have to play something else at this point. Weak back rank, exactly. They will have to play something like rook takes, perhaps, and we take with a king, exactly. So you can see the picture here. White is very happy about this space. This is fantastic in the endgame. No, the further you get into the endgame, the better it is to have conquered all this space. If you have a pawn on h6, it would be great in any pawn races or things like that. And as you can see here, white has some chances to advance on the king side, queen side. So okay, white is not winning, but it's more pleasant for white. So I hope all of us can agree on this. If we have this position, white is probably better here. One thing that you should notice also, I can write it here. Let's see here. An exposed king in the middle game can become a very active king in the endgame. I feel like I have written this before, but okay, never mind. So if we had an exposed king like this, which was suffering the attack from enemy pieces and so on, once we get into the endgame, it's actually a big advantage to have the king like that. While black's safely protected king is actually quite far away from the action. Yeah. You can see that in, for example, open Sicilians, when white castles long, sometimes this king can get into the action very quickly. But if we castle short and we put the king on h1, perhaps it needs more time or things like that. Yeah, nice. So that's what we have looked at here. White is probably better in this position. However, hold on, please. Can I bring this up? In that position, it's black who is better. And Michael already showed us here, queen g4, very strong move. We are exploiting weak points in white camp. All right, time to bring up another example. I wanted to show you quite an older example, which I think is very instructive. Strong Russian grandmaster Rublevsky with the black pieces. Rublevsky is an expert in the Sicilian Khan. He plays it extremely well. And I think this is one of his Sicilians, which ended up like this. So let's see here. We will start with asking you for black's best continuation. All right. You get only 1 minute for this. Try to find the best way to continue here with the black pieces. Take your time, please. Take your time. Don't send me the move, please. Take your time. White has more space. The king is in a funny place, right? What little detail did Rublievsky notice here? Oh, is that a good move? Can you play like that? Okay, we will talk about that. So far, nobody has followed in the footsteps of the Russian grandmaster. Think of what we just looked at. We looked at queen g4, right? We looked at black's queen invading white's exposed camp. They found like a weak spot in white's camp. Think about that. Okay, we have a winner. Gordon, you found it. Great work. Is there anyone else? Yeah, and also Patriots, you got the first move. Kugel Chess, you also got the first move. Okay, we have more winners. Chess player 33 and Carlos, you have also found it. Excellent. So please go ahead, Gordon. Let everybody know what you have noticed here. That's right. Queen e7, visit at home. The queen will enter enemy territory and it will create a lot of problems for white. It's not easy for white to keep control of the kingside pawn and at the same time prevent rook c2, right? That's what the grandmaster played. In the game, white had to play g5, which is not a pretty move. It allowed black to play, yeah, you can imagine rook c2. Exactly, and at this point, black has taken control of the c5. All right, we will come back to the game. I just wanted to see the other moves that you talked about. I'm happy that nobody sent this move, right? This is a complete misunderstanding. Please don't do whatever you like, but don't trade queens in this kind of position because white's king is much more active. No, I could maybe trade. Yeah, what would I do after that? Well, probably I'll just play rook c1 and I can maybe play king d2, right? Yeah, white is never going to lose, and white can probably play for a win here, or they can press a little in this endgame. So don't do that, please. Yeah. What else? f6 was proposed here by many people. Yeah, I mean, if you play like that, I have to, of course, I have to be polite and accept the gift. No, I'll take the pawn. So all of you, all of those of you who said f6, what was going on? e5. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess I should accept the gift again, right? I'll take. You play king h8. And if I want to keep things closed, I guess I should play f5, right? Or is there anything better? Yeah, a human move at least here would be f5. Am I running into something? Oh, e4. Well, can I push one more step here maybe? Or am I... Yeah, let me know. What am I running into here? I don't follow. Don't forget that I can also play for mate, right? Rook e5 maybe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But I think black is under some pressure here in this position. Rook e5. Yeah, so this is good for white to have in the pocket, no? I will use it later, not now. I will use it a little later. Rook c1 is an interesting move, but maybe you can take. Can I play like this, perhaps? Can I put the queen there? Now you should... Wow, I'm not sure what's going on here. Rook d8, but you have no threat, right? Right, Andrew? You have no threat because I'm queening. Maybe I could play king here, right? No? Or is this getting very confusing? Yeah, I don't know. Then rook d5. Rook d5? Rook f5. You can't move that rook, Patriots. I'm sorry. But I'm sure I'm missing something. I'm trying to analyze as a human without engine. So probably I'm missing a whole lot of things here. But I think white is probably okay in this in this position. I don't see it clearly at least. Yeah, I like king f4 also because also I'm moving the king away to safer soil, right? G5 says tactical magician. Yeah, I was actually just going to go away with the king. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, king g7. Aha, so that you control the pawn. I understand. That's probably the best choice here. Yeah, who knows what's going on here? I don't know. Rook c1 looks like an entertaining move, just to bring in more people to the party. Is that working? Oh, you can maybe take my queen, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Queen b8 says tactical magician. I don't know, but I think we're slowly drifting away from what is relevant here. But I see your point, tactical. You want me to move away the queen so that you have some discovered attack. I understand. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is not so clear. Admittedly, it's not so clear. So I don't know. Actually, your variation. I don't really believe in it, but it's interesting at least. Maybe I can take the pawn also. Should I play that simply? Yeah, I think that's what Bologan would play in this example. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? I guess I was tempted to play the other way. That's how I should play, I think. And now I don't believe in black's attack anymore. Rook f8. Yeah, okay. I don't think white is in big trouble here. I have one extra pawn, right? If I go king g2, oh, you have rook e2. That's probably the point. Oh, I see, I see. Uh-huh. But okay, well, maybe I have rook f2 there, tactical. Could I play like that? Rook e2, rook f2? No? I go queen c2 maybe. Okay, I go rook f2 maybe. Queen takes f5. When does that happen? I don't follow. Oh, with white you mean? Yeah, yeah. I don't think this is convincing for white, for black. Sorry. Interesting. No, queen takes d5 was so tempting, but a second look reveals that maybe this is a simpler path. We keep this in the pocket and we just try to get to safer place with our king. You can just not take on it after f6. You can. I don't understand here. You can just not take after f6. Is that a question or it's a observation, Mecha Mortis? Before. Okay. You can just not. I should not take on f6. You mean with white? I should play something else, like rook c1 or something. Is that what you mean? Maybe, yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. It's hard to say, but I think this is my first candidate move. And also, if Rublevsky didn't play f6, there must be a good reason. So I think we should go back to Gordon's. Yeah, Gordon already explained, right? Gordon explained. I think we will do something very simple here. Hold on, guys. Give me just one moment. In the magical world of chessable, repetition is paramount for success. So here we go. Okay, we have already doubled or tripled the number of students who got it right. Aha, you're fast learners. Those of you who still play f6, you're very stubborn, but a big group of students play the right way, like Gordon, Carlos, Andrew, chess player, GM, Google Chess, and Al. That's right. Queen e7. This is the Grandmaster move. Please notice the queen is going towards h4. White is paying for their excessive space, for their space disadvantage, so to speak. Let's have a quick look at how the game continued. Yeah, we concluded that we cannot really allow the queen to go to h4. That would be very, very dangerous. So that's why if you play something like rook c1, black will play queen h4 and a lot of things going on here, right? So white played in the game g5, a move they didn't like to play, of course, because they had plans on f5 and so on. Black continued with rook c2, as Gordon already explained. Oh, doesn't queen d8 do the same thing? Queen d8, yeah, half a point for queen d8 for sure. But you don't, just like who said? Mecha says, yeah, it doesn't let us double the rook. So that's good to know also. That's good to know. There is, once you spot like two moves with the same idea, usually there is some kind of difference. So I agree. Queen e7 must be better because the rooks are connected. And also the game shows that, right? So rook c2, rook f2. Actually, they played queen c7 here, probably because the queen is smarter once it gets to the second rank. White played king f3, but now anyway we played rook c8. So this is already very unpleasant for white. It's very unpleasant for white. They have no real plan. It's a pity for them that they cannot go f5 anymore. So they are confined to passive defense. They played rook a f1. After rook takes f2, they took with a queen. So anyone, what do you think black should play here? Which move do you like for black? We don't have to quiz this. We could just write the move in the chat. What do you think black played here? Very smart move. I like it. Anyone? Queen c2 is what they probably expected. If you go queen c2, we're going against the little logics of this class. White would trade rooks, and white would, I think, never lose here, right? Or at least black is better, but white is still in the game, and I have some hopes of actually bringing in my king. So we shouldn't play that. We shouldn't play that, I think. All right. d4, queen c6. You're right, Alg. Alg got the right move here. Queen c6, that's what the Grandmaster played. Why did they play that? Well, they are intending to play d4. If white goes d4 themselves, they gain more space, but also they weaken themselves a little more. Exactly, kind King Sam. Queen c4 is coming. We're hitting this pawn, and also we're getting access to that square. Of course, we're never going to trade queens here. Our idea is simply to infiltrate, right? That's, I think, is the word in English. You say infiltration. That's what we're doing here, infiltrating white's camp, so to speak. So queen c6 was played in the game. White played queen d2, and black continued here with the obvious move d4, king f2, and queen d5. By now, we don't have a space disadvantage anymore. Now black has just as much space as white, right? We have 2 pawns on the fourth rank. They have 2 pawns on the fifth rank. Here, the simple thing is that black commands the only open file. Yeah, white was unable to save this game. B3 is not a good idea, right? What would black play? Of course, we would then bring in the rook to c3, and we have something to work on here also, right? We have like some plans on that side. So difficult for white to withstand here this situation. Maybe queen c6 and rook c2 can also come up. Yeah, it's a, how can I say, dream situation for black. It's a paradise to play this position with black. Fantastic position for black. So yeah, white didn't want that. They played rook c1 in the game, but Rublievsky later capitalized on his extra pawn and he went on to win. Yeah, no perpetuals coming up. We can always cover those squares with a queen. Yeah, something like this happened in the game. Smart move. No perpetual today, please. Black later on pushed the pawns and went on to win. Yeah. So, somebody was saying, what was it? White needed more minor pieces. I agree. The minor pieces would have enjoyed this position. The knights would have enjoyed this position. The knights would be on d4, for example. You're right. But still, I think the main piece when we talk about space disadvantage is the queen. That's the bad guy in this movie, so to speak. Queen e7. That's the piece which has the biggest ability to infiltrate, right? So queen h4. Please remember this pattern, and also please remember when you're assessing a position, when you're evaluating a position. Maybe you could get to this position from some other position, trading pieces. Don't think that white is better automatically because they have more space. You have to see also if they can really maintain that space, right? If you can maintain it. So in this case, after queen e7, they could not maintain it. And yeah, by the way, Stockfish also likes black here. So I'm not inventing this, right? Let's move on. Let's take our next example. Let's change the structure. This was some kind of French or Sicilian structure, right? Now we will have a look at a Benoni structure instead, all right? So this is a fresh game played earlier this year, last year in India, I think. I'm not familiar with the white player, but I know very well the black player. Strong grandmaster from Georgia, Pansulaya. He has great games in the English, in the Benoni. Yeah, this is a Benoni, by the way. And you can see by now, white, as is customary in the Benoni, white has more space. On the other hand, they have some difficulties with maintaining that space. You could safely say that black's pieces are a bit more active here, right? Especially this bishop and this knight is also kind of annoying. So yeah, that's the position which occurred in that game. I will just quiz you, I think, for the first moves here. Let's see if we can get to that point. 4 moves, let's say 5 moves I will ask for you, okay? Here we go. Black to play and get some advantage. That's your mission here, guys. Remember, your opponent has a space advantage, but is it completely clear that they can maintain all that space? Or can we somehow infiltrate them in some way? Okay, interesting move by Titan Chess. I didn't see that one coming. But I understand your point. You want me to play a3 and you provoke weaknesses. Yeah. What would I play against that? Good question. Bishop f1, perhaps, Patriots. No, it's not Patriots. Sorry. Who said this move? Titan Chess. Yeah, Bishop f1 I would play. Kind King Sam, congratulations. You got very, very close. Consider yourself a winner. Awesome, Sarthak, you're very, very close. Nobody got to move 5 here. But yeah, closest for sure is Kind King Sam so far. No, closest is Adi Chess. Adi Chess got it up to move 3. But move 4, you're blundering a knight, I think, Adi Chess. Else you were extremely close. So for now, you're the winner, okay? I will forgive you for dropping the knight. Just don't do it again. And then we have quite a number of students who are close also. Google Chess, GM, Chris. Who else? Chessart, we have a winner. Congratulations. Yeah, no, I won't requiz. If there is a winner, I feel morally obliged to show the solution here by Chessart. So please go ahead, Chessart. You found the whole variation. Let everybody know what you have noticed here. How to infiltrate white in this situation. Please go ahead. Queen a5. Of course, in this angle, we are touching the rook on e1, but there is also another more subtle idea prepared by the Georgian Grandmaster. Queen a5, that's the best move, I think. Some people, yeah, you were close, Sartak. Some people wanted to take on e1. I would do that later. Yeah, for starters, now I'm actually covering that square, and I could maybe reroute my rook to e2 also if necessary. Yeah, what else did you say here? Rook e4, interesting move. I didn't think about that. Entry square. I like the concept, but if the Grandmaster didn't play this, there must have been a good reason for not doing so. Maybe we can take and put a knight on g5. Is that possible to attack this pawn? Or knight g5 straight away, says Titan Chess. Oh, I see. Is that better to play it right now? You're right, probably. Yeah, I can't say why not. Yeah, you're probably right. And we'll bring in the knight to e6. Yeah, of course. They will probably have to take, but once they take, I mean, after taking here, I guess white is happy to have removed that strong bishop now. Maybe now white can use the long diagonal. So I don't think that's too convincing. Then we had this plan by Titan Chess rook before, trying to provoke me into a3 so that, yeah, I get a lot of weaknesses, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know, Titan Chess. That's an interesting plan. Yeah, I was saying maybe I could go bishop f1 to protect this pawn, right? Rook e4 now. Wow, interesting way of doubling rooks. I'm just joking. Yeah, it looks very interesting. What if I play knight g5 anyway? Did I miss something? Bishop d4. Wow, how many pieces will you put on the fourth rank? Okay. Queen is under attack. Don't go to... Oh, yeah, I should go to h4, right? I should go to h4, attacking the knight. You probably go rook takes anyway. My point here is, Titan Chess, you're playing with the rook less. No, your rook is almost not doing anything there. It's only attacking this pawn, which is well defended anyway. So I'm not so impressed. Okay, it's touching this pawn also. Yeah, okay, you're right. But I mean, my pieces are doing other things, right? They are defending, but they're also looking at other things. But your rook is, well, I'm not sure. But I think we should go back to the game. So back to chess art. Yeah, Queen a5, very good move. White played at this point. They didn't know exactly what to do. They noticed that. Yeah, what did they notice, by the way? They noticed that they didn't have so much to do, so they took on e8, and then they played rook e2. Yeah, most people would play the same way. However, when we do this, there is like more squares, more spots for black's queen to work on. So please go ahead, Chessart. Yeah, rook takes e2, queen takes e2. What did black gain from this? Oh, you just played it. I was going to quiz everyone, but maybe it was too simple. But you're right. Yeah, thanks, Chessart. Great thinking. a3, this is the key move. The Grandmaster has noticed that in this way, the queen can infiltrate from c3. Of course, Titan Chess. That's what I played in the game. The game went like that. Anyone? What did black play? Black is currently a pawn down. However, you're right, Andrew. That's exactly what happened. Queen c3. We're bringing in the queen. We're touching the bishop now, and the bishop is busy defending two pawns at the same time. They played in the game bishop e3. Of course, black could take the pawn, but the Grandmaster was not in a hurry. First, g6. Why would we play a move like that? Well, I would say two reasons. No, one, it's nice to have the knight defended, and two, in case of any improbable dangers, it's good to have a square for the king. But I think it's mainly about the knight. Also, I know that this knight will reroute later in this game. So, yeah, good moment to just play some safety move like that. Knight e1, and now I think maybe queen d3 is... No, he cannot play queen d3. Knight c2 is probably coming, so that's why he took the pawn. Queen takes a3. Bishop f3. Yeah, what about this knight? Anyone? Could you... aha, good point. Good crowd chess. Bishop g7 followed by knight f6. That's a great plan. But now we don't have time for it. So you're right, good crowd chess. Now we go knight g7. That's how the game went. King g2. And if I force you to move backwards again, what will you play, guys? If I force you to move backwards. Exactly, Al. We will move the knight like Michael Jackson. It's moving backwards, but only up to this point, right? Because now, after bishop f2, black is ready to bring it to the best possible square here. Yeah, moonwalking, exactly. Aha. Queen c1 played in the game, more infiltration. Now we're attacking the pawn on f4, bishop e3, queen c3. I think black was just enjoying themselves here, right, in this position. They don't have like a very clear plan. They just know that this is torture for white. White, again, sorry I'm boring you with this, but white has more space, but it's a lot of space to control also. So bishop f2 was played in the game. I guess they're still hoping for some counterplay on the e file. And more infiltration, please. I will quiz you on the next move because I like it very much. Go ahead, guys. Who is ready to infiltrate now? That's right, Carlos and Daniel Best. You're the winner so far. But probably the other moves are also possible. Knight c7 was proposed also. Yeah, I like knight c7. That's also a good idea. But I think Panchulaya is preferring to bring the knight to f6. That's what he wants with that knight. He wants to put it on f6. So he didn't use the knight at this point. Oh, bishop d4 also. Interesting move. That's, well, a whole bunch of moves here. Yeah, knight c7 was proposed. Yeah, to bring the knight. Yeah, okay. Looks interesting. I don't know. Maybe white would play queen d3 here, right? Again, don't forget what we talked about in the first place. No trade of queens. We don't want to trade queens here because that's the best piece for bothering white, right? Other moves that were proposed here. Bishop d4, interesting. Yeah, do we like to trade? Careful with queen e7, perhaps. Some counter attack like that. And some other moves were also proposed, but isn't queen c7 good for black? Queen c7? I don't follow. This is c7, right? Who's going to c7, Sartek? Yeah, I don't follow. Sorry. Queen c1. Oh, you want to go back to c1? Yeah, okay. Maybe you can do that. I don't know what white had planned. Perhaps bishop e3, offering a draw. What did you get from this? Not clear. Okay, let's listen to Carlos. All right, Carlos, what did black play here? Which piece is ready for infiltration? That's right. It's not completely clear what the bishop is doing there, but you can still feel its presence on the battle, right? It's controlling these two squares. Maybe in some distant future it can go to, I don't know, to c2 possibly. But at the moment we're preventing moves like queen c2 or knight c2. So nice move, like a useful move. Aha. h4 was played by white. I think white ran out of ideas already here. h4 and black to fix another weakness, h5, so that the bishop is completely tied up on this diagonal. Yeah, white is out of ideas here. White is out of ideas. If you don't believe me, look at what I played. King g8, and after king g1, after king f8, I played king g2. So now white is just waiting because they don't know what else to do. And the grandmaster slowly got into a more active position here. Why did I play king f8? Anyone? What's the point with king f8? Oh, queen e6. Sorry, we have a question here from Tactical Magician. Okay, queen e6. Yeah, if the grandmaster allowed that, there must be a good reason. Yeah, what would I play against that? King g7, I guess. And this pawn is in the air. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bishop d1, says Tactical Magician. I understand. You're deflecting my bishop from the defense of the knight, right? That's what you're doing. I don't know, Tactical. Am I missing something, or can I just take that pawn? Oh, I can also take on d1, says Michael and Guinea Pig. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I don't think White has much of an attack here, really. These guys are not helping in the attack so much. So yeah, Bishop takes D1 should also be fine. Anyway, yeah, back to business here. Now I understand why some of you shied away from Bishop A4 because you didn't like the check on E6. Interesting, yeah, interesting. But it seems Black is okay here. Nothing's going on really, and White will have to cover this pawn in some way, right? Um Let's go back to the game. Let's see. Nice game. He's very patient. King G1, King F8, King G2. So I was asking, why did Black play King F8? What was the point of King F8? To defend the knight, or is there something else going on? That's right, Andrew. Please go ahead. I'll give the move to Andrew. You can take it from here, Andrew. You have noticed what this is about. Bishop E7, we are, how was it, moonwalking again? But there is a reason for this retreating move, right, Andrew? Of course. Now the knight is finally coming, no? It can go this way or it can go that way. We're still waiting a little to define the next move here. We're waiting for white to show their cards also. They played in the game knight G2, and actually here black played a bishop move instead. So, which bishop move can you see here, Andrew? If you had to move a bishop, which bishop would you use and where? Well, if they play knight g2, exactly, Gordon and Sarthak, that's right. Bishop c2 was played, of course. So, bishop d3 is coming. Perhaps this was a mistake. No, perhaps this was a mistake by white. But I guess if they go king g2, maybe we're ready to enter with a knight. Or what do you think? What would black play here? I'm not sure myself. I don't have the answer. I think I know what black would play, yeah. Knight e4, of course. I agree, Titan. You have seen the point, right? If they take, we can take probably with the h pawn, and we have queen h3 coming up. Yeah, that's a nasty move. Aha. And then maybe g3 is coming also. So knight e4 looks very good, yeah. Queen e6. Oh, Michael says queen e6. White is looking for perpetual or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, Michael. I mean, the first move I will look at exactly. Who is playing, by the way? Andrew is playing black. Okay. Andrew is playing black. I can make white's next move. I don't have many choices. I think so too, Michael. That's what's awaiting you here if you play like that. And black is about to mate white, right? This looks terrible. So, yeah, difficult game for poor white. Difficult game. That's probably why he played knight g2, because he didn't like the looks of knight c4. And here, black changed plan. They played bishop c2 instead, so that we can perhaps just go and take that pawn or something. Bishop e1, queen b2, king h2, queen a3. That's a nasty move, yeah. They didn't take the pawn. Yeah, why didn't he take the pawn? Anyone? He could have taken the pawn, right? He could have taken the pawn, but by now he wanted more. Yeah, maybe like bishop c3, exactly. Michael's idea here, queen e6 perhaps. So, yeah, he said, no, I don't want that. I want more. He played queen a3. Sneaky move, right? Sneaky move. If queen takes, we're ready to take on f3. White played knight e3, and there is only one move left in this game. Anyone? What would you play with? Oh, bishop e4. I like it. I like it. You consider yourself winners. That's a pretty move. We are heading towards something like good bishop versus bad bishop, right? That's a great trade. Aha, there are ideas with queen takes and knight e4 in some occasion. Yeah, actually, he didn't play that. He played another bishop move. So if you have to play another bishop move, what would you play? Very technical move. Technical. Exactly. Titan chess. Bishop e1, reducing counterplay. We're gonna take the pawn and we're going to go back with the bishop. There is no hurry in this position, right? There is no train to catch or anything. Black is completely winning. I mean, white is completely tied up in this position. So I don't know what you think about this game, but I think it was brilliant by black. I think they played very well. They used their trumps in the best possible way. Of course, white is not lost here. Probably if we defend better, we can save this with white. But still, I think it was an interesting case. So I'll just requiz you very quickly on this so that you confirm to me that you have understood this concept, all right? Let's requiz here, but I will give you only 30 seconds, I think. Okay, a lot of winners. Yeah, great. Yeah, I think the last details they're not so important if you play g6 first, but I would play as they played in the game. Maybe if you play g6 at move 4, I could play queen d2, right? Okay, please go ahead, Sarthak. How did you continue here, Sarthak? So we start with bringing the queen to an active post. White traded off the rooks here, and they played rook e2. How did you continue, Sarthak? That's right. And the move a3. Key move, so that after pawn takes, we have queen c3, and we saw the rest. White was struggling the whole game here. Black's pieces slowly infiltrated. The presence of the queen was very strongly felt. Yeah, some people were saying g6 here. I can't tell exactly the difference. Maybe that's also fine. Yeah, probably that's okay also. I mean, we could probably play this next turn, right? I fail to see a difference. I cannot put anything here because I'm dropping the pawn on b2. Yeah, what would be the maybe some queen move though? Queen d3 maybe? Is that possible? So that if a3 I could go b3. That might be an idea for white, right? Now I'm controlling more squares, I think, with white. Bishop e2. Yeah, I'm not going to trade that, Sarthak. I won't trade those bishops. At least not on b2. So I think I'm okay here with white still. This is probably less horrible than the game. So I think it makes sense to hurry to play this move a3, to play it straight away. You can see also, by the way, here I think b3 is not an option, right? Sarthak, what would you play? Yeah, you don't think about this twice, do you? Aha, we just bring in the queen. That's right, Gordon. I think the same thing. The bishop can certainly not take. This would be disastrous for white, and if I move the bishop somewhere, yeah, I can think of one move here for black at least, but there are probably more. Yeah, exactly, Alg. I would think about queen b2. I mean, you would have to calculate it, right? If queen takes, pawn takes, knight e2. But I have a bad feeling for white there. We can look at it very quickly if you like. I think black wins a pawn here by some cheap tactics. Is that true? Yeah, you want to immobilize my knight? But I think you can do something smarter with this bishop, no? Oh, bishop e1, was that very strong? Yeah, that's what I thought, Michael. Bishop d4, exactly. So that take, and then we just take this pawn for free. And yeah, this must be winning. Now we bring the knight and so on. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Sarthak. Great work. So I had one question for you guys. This is the position that we looked at, right? And we were saying that a3 was the best move. I took the opportunity to check also the position without queens. So I looked at this position, but I deleted the queens from the board. And it's interesting. Here, I think the computer was saying it's equal. It says it's equal. And you know why? Well, let's say black plays g6 here again. What's the difference here? Yeah, I don't know how long time I think I just asked it for 5 seconds. I didn't do a big research, no. Anyone, what do you think would happen here if you would play with the white pieces here? What do you think white should do in this position? b3, yeah, maybe b3. Yeah, I think that's okay. I probably won't take it. I'll play maybe bishop. I don't know. Maybe bishop c3 to play knight f6 or something like that. Exactly, chess art. That's what I think also. White will play king g1. And now I think we're back into what we talked about in the first place. White will simply bring in the king. And having the king a little closer, it will be good for many reasons, no? The king can defend his pawn so that the bishop can take up other tasks and so on. That's highly positive for white to be able to bring in the king. On the other hand, if we go back to the example that we were looking at, let's see here. Was it this one? Hold on, please. I'm trying to find the example that we just looked at. One moment. If we look at this position again, let's see. Sorry, I'm losing my head for a short while. Let's see here. I'll bring it up again. Yeah, so if you look at this again, yeah, that's the last thing that we will look at in this example. So if you look at this again, please notice that in this position, I mean, without queens, it was easy to walk in the king, but with queens on the board, that's much less. Uh, how can I say, attractive for white to bring in the king. It's difficult for white to do this because simply the queen is around, right? So there are more dangers and so on. So again, we're talking about the fact that queens should stay for the side with a space disadvantage, right? I can write that here if you like. The side, the side with less space often prefers to have the queens on, right? That's what we would say. All right, last example for today. I'll bring up something from the good old days, 1980. Tony Miles. I have this example in my endgame book, I think. I have a chapter about space, and this is one of the examples that I'm showing in the book. Famous game. It's also, by the way, in Chereshevsky's great book. Um, Wow, I don't remember it. Endgame Strategy, I think it's called. Chereshevsky's fantastic endgame book. So he has this example, and that's where I found it. So I thought it was a very nice example. So how many books did you write? Yeah, four, we could say. Anyway, it's not white to move here. It's black to play at this point. So I'll write something to you here in the chat. Which chapter? Yeah, I don't know, honestly. You can look in the index, maybe. You can find Miles and Byrne and so on. Between Queen you have to write an answer this time in the chat, right? Between Queen A8 and Rook D8, which one is preferable and why? All right? You have to answer like that. Don't send me the move. Use your fingers. Write something, okay? Write a few words. Which of these two should be preferred and why? Rook D8 because yes, yeah, that's a great motivation. All right. Queen's going to say exactly, Mecha Mortis, that's right. I did chess because less space want queen and minor pieces. Exactly, yeah. I think we're understanding this. Rook d8, less space, exactly. Even so, yeah, thanks. Great work by those of you who took the time to answer me. Aha. Rook, you don't want to trade queens, of course. But even so, American Grandmaster Byrne, he actually played Queen A8 here. He played Queen A8. And he ended up in big troubles in this game. White traded, of course. Let's flip the board. Smartest way to defend this pawn, anyone? Of course, knight a5. This is the way to defend it because also we get knight c6 as an option. Bishop f8, knight f4. We're putting more pressure on black. And at this point, what's missing here? What's missing for white? Anyone? What's the next step in this position for white? Of course, king. That's the right way to think. You're right, JM Chess, Alg, Mecha Mortis, and so on. We should bring up the king. Tony Miles certainly understood that also. He played king f2. The king is coming up. As you can see, again, no queens on. This means the king is much safer and it can exploit all this extra space that white has. g5 was played in the game. Anyone? Where did that knight go? Knight h5, of course. Pretty position with both knights like that. This one wants to go here and the other one wants to go there at some point. Bishop e7, no thanks, says black. White continues with their plan. Rook f8 is coming, so what did white play? Of course, that's right. King e3, king f7, rook f1, king g6. Yeah, it's a long game. No, it's a long game. Tony Miles liked his knight on h5, so he played, that's right, Andrew and Alg, he played here g4. Black played h6. Black is short of good moves already. And at this point, white said, I know which is the weakest spot in black's camp. He didn't play knight c6. No, I think in that case they take on c4, right? More technical move, guys. Exactly, Gordon, you got it. That's right. Rook b1. Some massage on the queen side now. It's very difficult for black to defend this position. Bishop d8. The bishop is like some kind of goalkeeper here, trying to defend everything. King e4. What a pretty move, just to keep the pawn defended and avoid any checks on c4 once the knight moves and so on. Bishop c7, rook f1. Yeah, no wonder Chereshevsky used this game. It's very pretty. No, it's very pretty. Miles is taking his time. Yeah, by now we're getting dizzy here by so many rook moves. And finally he enters with a knight and yeah, rook f3, and now rook f6 was coming, and black white went on to win. Anyway, yeah, let's go back to the very beginning. So that's what we should not do with black, right? Queen a8, not a good idea. You can look up this game in Chereshevsky's book or in my book, or in the database, wherever on internet. Don't play queen a8, keep the queens. Correct move here, like many people said. Okay, let's see here if I can quiz you on this one to finish off today's class. Oh, it's not a long quiz, of course. Yeah, so this is the last thing we do today. All right, guys, I want everybody to get the right answer here. What should black play at this point? It's a short quiz, so I don't think you will get it wrong. Andrew, Yugoslavian Berserker, GM, JM Chess, Chess Player, Chess Art, Quoki, Gordon, Hank, Kind, King Sam, Alg, Inari, Awesome Owen. You all got it right. Great work. Congratulations. That's right. Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of people got it right. Don't trade the queens. Yeah, I won't tell any names, but those of you who played queen a8, you got it the other way around. Don't worry, it's okay to do it here, but don't do it in your own games. Yugoslavian Berserker, please go ahead. You will affect black's moves here. What should black play? Of course, rook d8, trying to enter on the d file, and if white takes, of course, we take back with the queen. And we already have some ideas like bringing the queen to d1, perhaps, if they defend like that. What could you do with the queen, perhaps, Yugoslavian? Where would you send it now? Any ideas with that queen? Where can we infiltrate? I think that's the key word for today, infiltration. Wow, big silence. I hope it's not my internet. It's just failing. Aha, knight a4. Interesting to play knight c3. I like it. Yeah, that's probably a good move also. I thought simply queen d7 and queen a4, but your move is also interesting for sure. Knight a4. Maybe also you could bring the queen that way. I don't know, or maybe not because the knight's there. So yeah, any of those moves. By the way, probably white at this point. They shouldn't take on d8. They should play something else instead. What do you think? White should play? Anyone? Maybe. Aha, that's right, Michael. We should probably play on the king side instead. Rook f1. I think Chereshevsky said that. Rook f1 and play a little on the king side. Anyway, from black's perspective, it's important to understand which pieces we want to trade and which pieces should stay. The queen, as long as you have a space, disadvantage, so to speak, you have less space. Try to keep the queens, and for that reason, it's better to trade the rooks. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. We will continue next week with the same topic. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chess Dojo, Chessable, USCS, Greg Shahadi. Thanks. Bye-bye.